All right, I think for today's video, I'm going to do a farm slash tractor and equipment tour, but real quick before the video gets going here, my next video is not going to be posted till Tuesday of next week, just because I had some scheduling issues that I need to work around. So Tuesday next week, expect a new video. And then later today, 4 p.m., I'm going to be doing a live stream. It's just for, you know, if you're a farmer or you enjoy my channel or my content at all or whatever, you can come and hang out. It's like a chat room, whatever sort of deal is like what I'm marketing it as. We can just, you know, get a couple people, hang out, talk, tell some stories, stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I got to say right now. Let's get into the video and have a good one. Start this tour off right. Most important guy right here, Kevin. Show him your name tag, Kevin. Oh, future of the farm, our future breeding bull. But yeah, if we're gonna start off the farm tour right in this area, I guess we can start off with this section of the farm. This is our temporary calf housing. That's some of our older calf housing up there. And then our main calf barn. And right on the lower side of the hill over here is our lower calf barn. Our farm's kind of split up into sections, like right when you enter the right side of our farm, as you can see here, it's dedicated to where we keep our younger calves. The middle section is where we keep all of our milk cows, and then the left side is where we keep our dry cows and our close-ups, like ones that are getting ready to give birth, and our breeding age heifers. And then this front area is our shop area and where our house is, and then the back area is where the bunkers are. So I'll go around and show you guys what everything looks like. And yeah, we'll just have a nice little farm tour here. This is our upper calf barn. If any of you have watched me for any amount of times, you know I've spent a lot of time in this area, so I'm not gonna go over it too much. But this is where we keep our like middle-aged calves, like this bigger group down here. This is where we keep calves that are just a little bit too young to become breeding age heifers. They're maybe like at most 2 months out from being old enough, or maybe 3 months, but that they go from here and they head to the breeding age heifers. This is like a group of 40. The two smaller groups down there are like two groups of 20. These are basically just older calves up here. And then I will show you the lower calf barn now, and then we'll move on to where we keep our milk cows. And from there we'll go to the dry cows, and then on and on. I'll show you where we keep our feed and most of our equipment. So this is our lower calf barn area. It is currently under a little bit of construction. We're changing out some bed pack situation in there. It's set up with a bunch of nice little tiny lockups. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing over here, but I know we're cleaning this area up, so this might be incorporated to more calf housing in the future. But right now we do have some calves down here on this further section. It's just an open free stall area. We just put a bunch of straw down, some like more younger calves. So they're obviously, these ones are like 4 months old, between 4 and 6 months old, I think would be the range in this one, because we're not using that far end. Usually some of the older ones will be on the far end, but these are just fresh out of the pen and a couple months old. Just get put in here, group housing, nothing too special, just another calf barn. And then I guess I can go and show you guys our milking parlor setup now. That's our hoof trimming truck. We don't use it too much anymore. It's just whenever, like if there's a cow that has a major problem, we'll do it. But nowadays we call out a hoof trimmer to do all of the work for us professionally. We used to do in-house hoof trimming, but not too much these days. All right, no tour would be complete if I didn't show off at least a little bit here. So we step into our barn office. Here's where we come down. We still do most of our stuff by paper. Well, my dad and brother do at least. They write down, you know, all sorts of stuff about our cows on calendars and then copy it over to notebooks and stuff. I've been trying to get them to do stuff on the computer, but they're stuck in their old ways. Doesn't really matter. They get the job done. But what I came in here to show off is all of these. And we're running out of space for them, so we just store them on the ground. They're all milk quality awards that we keep in here. And the best one that we've ever received, this one right here, big milk quality award. We like to hang that one right over top whenever the inspectors come through. They come and inspect, we hang it right over top where they have to grab their sheets from to inspect, to let them know. Yeah, we're all about quality here on the Baumgartner Dairy. We think it's pretty funny to do it like that. But we'll continue here. This is our tank room. Nothing too fancy. We don't have a very big plate cooler, but it gets the job done for our farm. You know, milk goes through there, heads into the tank. That hole right there is where they snake in the hose to get the milk from our tank. This is where we do pre-wash, or in the post-wash, fill all the water up in those sinks, goes up through those pipes, goes over there. Just back here, we have our vacuum pump. Gives us all of our pressure for milking the cows. We have a spare one set up right next to it in case this one goes out. This one's been doing good for us. Continue along. Employees only, people. Coming here. We got a 8 herringbone parlor. Milk machines on both sides. Cows stand in here. They don't back up to you like a parallel. It's herringbone, so they stand in here, so their leg is about here when you're milking them, so you gotta milk around their back leg. Works pretty good. And then this is our holding pen. We have 2 sets of gates in it. The back gate to keep them in here, and then the middle gate once we milk enough cows in a certain string, you move them up, close those gates. And I will move on from here and show you guys our feed lane and where we keep our milk cows. I thought real fast, since I was walking right by, I'd show off our shop real quick. It's a pretty good sized shop. It's a little bit cluttered up right now. It actually has my car in it because I've been working on it, and 2 tractors, but it still has space that if a tractor has any issues, we can pull it in. But I need to get some of the stuff out of here. We have a big area back in here where we store a bunch of just anything that you'd need on the farm, really, like any sort of bolts, nuts, anything that you'd need. It's basically like our own like parts and equipment store. You know, it's all sorts of stuff. Have this whole shelf in here, and then all these shelves with random stuff that you'd need on the farm. Got tangled up here. And then it also has a nice loft space up there where we have some other storage, but it's a pretty big shop. Really just installed some super bright lights in it. That's pretty nice. But let's continue with the tour. I'll get us over to the feed lane and where our milk cows sleep at. There's our feed lane here. Feeds the 2nd and 3rd string. The 1st string has its own little feed lane or barn area. All these lockups, every single lockup in here works. Me and my brother just installed these, I think last year. They're all brand new, or I guess they're a year old now, so they're kind of used. But it's a decently long feed lane. It's enough to feed around 200 cows, I think, if you use both sides. Pretty sure that's how we have it set up. Or maybe it's a little bit less than that. But right around those numbers. Pretty decent though. So like I was saying, we have our cows split up into 3 strings. Almost slipped there. That's the smaller barn over there I was talking about that has its own little feeding area for the 1st string. And then they just have normal loop stalls in there. It looks about the same as on this side. The reason that we split them up into 3 strings was to reduce holding pen time for each cow, bring it down to around 45 minutes at most if a cow is going to hang out in there the whole time. But this is our bedding situation in one of our bigger barns. Some nice loops, nice open stall area, gives plenty of space for a cow to lay down. I like it a lot, and I will show you the 2nd string. The 2nd string is a little bit different than the 1st and, or not the 2nd string, the 3rd string I mean, and the 1st and 2nd string here. They more have like a lean-to area. It's not quite as nice, but it's nice enough. So this is the 3rd strings area. Obviously the feed lane's right there. This is what I was saying. They have just like this little tiny roof cover here, but it keeps them out of the rain and everything. And then they have big open stall space just like the other strings. And then we hung up this shade cloth right in here, so it's kind of like a, you know, like a shady barn-ish area, but it keeps the rain off of them, keeps them dry. But especially in the summertime here, the shade cloth works well for keeping them cooled down, keeping the sun off their backs. It's a nice little area right in here. And now I can show you our close-up barn, and then I can go and show you where we store all of our feed at. So this spot right here is actually where we keep our breeding age heifers. As you can see, we've started installing these lockups here. Most of our farm used to have this old wooden stuff, and we've started recently installing lockups. We have a stack over there that's has some grass growing through it. We've been needing to get around to it. We just ran out of these little hangers here to hang them up, but eventually this whole barn right here is going to have those nice new shiny lockups. But this right here is our close-up area. It's about the same. It looks about the same as the other barns. nice big loop stalls in there. And then the nice thing about this area over here is the close-ups. They have a wood chip pile if they want to, and then a field out that way that they can go on to. And then as well as the breeding age heifers, they have the same setup, basically just on the other end of the barn. They have a wood chip pile, and then they have a big open field they can go and roam around in. And then the dry cows as well, they're farther that way. I guess I can put you guys up here a little bit. You might be able to see them off in the distance there. You see that barn right there, that's their feed manger for the dry cows. And then they have access, the dry cows have access to most of the acreage on our farm. They just kind of pasture out, but we do feed them hay bales every once in a while just to make sure that they're getting enough food. But they also have a wood chip pile, so any cows that, as long as you're not a milk cow on our farm, because the milk cows, you know, they need to be milked every single day. Any cows that aren't a milk cow, they have access to a field to roam on. We just like to do it that way, give them some time out on pasture. And obviously milk cows get rotated through back into, you know, they get dried up and they become a dry cow and they spend time out there in the field. And then even when they're getting close to have their babies, they still get to spend time out in the field. So now we can go on to our feed area where we keep all of our straw and our hay and all of our silage and all that. All right, this right here, we like to call it our straw barn, but nowadays it's more like a straw slash hay barn. It's where we keep all of our bedding. We bed with straw, and then we feed a lot of hay bales. Our calves and our dry cows eat a couple hay bales a week, so we have a decent supply of that. And we also keep wrap bales too when we can get them for cheap. But a lot of hay bales, a lot of straw. And then if we continue on this way, this is where we keep our grass silage and corn silage down here in our bunker area, and all of our alfalfa and all of our grains and whatnot. So I'll get down here a little bit more and I'll restart the video. That's our corn stack there. We've been slowly feeding through it here as we get closer and closer to having to chop. When we do chop our corn stack, it goes all the way out to the end of that gravel pad to where that roadway was that I just was on in front of the straw barn. Fills up this thing taller than what this is now and comes all the way out towards the end here, towards the end of this concrete pad. We do a lot of corn. Love our corn here. And then this is where we usually load our feed, right down here. Park the feed wagon right in this area, and it has access to these barns. There's our grain shed area, and then this is where we keep our grass silage. So it's a pretty decent sized bunker, and then that's our tire pile for when we have to recover our corn stack. You guys are seeing our corn stack about, I mean, it will get smaller than this as we get close to cutting, but it's about as small as it gets. And this is our Ford 5000. Oh yeah, I guess I can show you guys some of our tractors. We have quite a few, but this is our Ford 5000 loader tractor. It's more just a feed pushing tractor, and like when you need to drive around the farm to get another tractor, it doesn't do too much these days. All right, we got quite a few of our tractors hanging out right here. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the two that were already in the shop broken down. Those two are a 5000 and a Kubota, but right here we got our International. I'm pretty sure it's a we got 1466 International, real big, real heavy lugger. And then we got a Ford 8600. These are like our two pulling tractors on the farm, just for tugging stuff around. But right now we have them hooked up to our pump and agitator for pumping our manure to our underground pit. And then we have this 7600, just a little bit smaller than the 8600, but a little bit bigger than the Ford 5000. You can't tell we really like Ford tractors. And right now it's our feed wagon pulling tractor. We like this one. It's just the way it's set up with its shifting right here in the middle is a little bit easier setup for hauling the feed wagon than the way these ones are more just like either field work, or if you're pulling like maybe a manure spreader, it's not really meant for doing a whole lot of shifting when you're driving up and down the road. So that's why we have the tiny tractor on the big feed wagon instead of either of the big ones. I'm pretty sure my dad's coming around with our case right now. It's our big loader tractor we have right now. We need to get another loader tractor, but for now this is all we got. So once he gets over here, I can show you guys this one. Looking as dusty as ever. a lot of dust right now. It's been really dry in Washington. In case that's quite a bit of dust on it. It's usually a nice red color, but it's an MX 110. Got 4-wheel drive. Pretty decent loader. We use it every single day. It's basically just like our main, you know, my dad's moving hay bales with it right now. We use it for load and feed. We use it for just about everything. Like I said, we need to get another loader tractor. Oh wait, no, I almost forgot. We do have a bigger loader tractor that we actually just got. I'm gonna go show that off right now. Be back in 1 second. We're walking past here. This is another Ford 5000 that we have. That's our scraper tractor. It's just used for only scraping manure. Nothing too special about it. I have a couple of those 5000s on the farm, I think 3. But let's go show you guys our new big loader tractor here. All right, we got our Cub Cadet here. You can tell this thing just by looking at it. It's absolutely massive. Counterweight on the back alone is at least 6,000 pounds. Pretty sure this thing's 300 horsepower without the turbo, 350 horsepower with the turbo. Just an absolute massive tractor. But yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got to show you guys our lagoon where we store all of our manure real quick, and then I think that'll be about it for the farm tour. Our farm here, just the main farm, it's 120 acres continuous, and then there's a road that splits part of it. We have 40 acres on the other side of the road and some more buildings, and then spread out around where we live here in the Skagit Valley, I'm pretty sure we have around 300 acres total that we do farm, whether we own it ourselves or we're leasing it, you know, and we're tied up in big trade leases and whatnot. But I will go over to our lagoon right now, show you guys that, and yeah, if I can think of anything else along the way, then you'll see it, obviously. I almost forgot to show this thing off. It's our most loyal piece of farm equipment. We got this bike new back in 2003. It's a CRF 150F, and it's been rid every single day since. My dad left it parked in the field not too long ago, and for whatever reason, in a field full of grass where there's plenty of food to eat because cows eat grass, they decided to rip open the seat and take bites out of it, and then also pull one of the handles off. So I gotta go somewhere and get this thing a new seat and get it a new handle. But other than that, it's a really nice bike. It's just been chewed on a little bit, you know. You wanted a better look of the dry cow area, their feed manger, and then as you come out this way, it's a little walkway. There's a couple cows out there grazing. They have a lot of space to go. Like I said, we have 120 acres just in here. Cows can go around. They have this bed pack that they can hang out on. It's just a whole bunch of wood chips. Then they got grass farther that way, and there's a bunch of cow trails that go that way, all out through our grassy field. But they have plenty of area to graze here. And this is our manure lagoon. As you can see, during the summertime in the green time area, you know, this stuff grows quite a bit of vegetation on the rim here because it is manure, you know, perfect fertilizer. But we have it pumped down super low right now, so we got it pumped out a few times here to get all of our fields covered for, you know, growing good grass silage. But when it's full, pretty sure it holds somewhere between 1.5 million and like 2 million gallons. Holds quite a bit. It's pretty huge, pretty big for our farm. But yeah. Oh, almost dropped you guys there. Got you on a selfie stick. But pretty sure that's the tour. I don't think I left anything out. If I did, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's all of our equipment and our farm. It's a, you know, decent farm. It's nothing too special, but it's ours, so, you know, call it home. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to add in. I will see you guys Tuesday, I think I said. Yeah. Or actually no, I'll see you guys later today, because if you're watching this video on Friday, I'm doing a live stream at 4 p.m. tonight on my YouTube channel. I'm just gonna sit and talk, so it's nothing too interesting. But if you're interested in talking with a whole bunch of other farmers and other people that are interested in farming, come hang out. I'll be streaming for like an hour or two maybe. But other than that, I will see you guys next time, or later today if you're watching today. So yeah, peace out.